It's Joe again from the DIYcoldplunge.com. This is part 2 of how I frame the cold plunge that I keep outside year-round in Minnesota. Sign up for the newsletter below if you're interested in the printable plans and other tips and tricks along the way. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. If this video is helpful, subscribe to the channel and let's dig in. With the base and upper framing all attached and assembled, it's time to make the upright portion. All of our 22-inch pieces will be put together in an L shape. And so what we need to do for that is every single 22-inch piece will get pocket holes at the top and the bottom. And then for each pair, one of them will need a pocket hole roughly 1/3 of the way down and then 2/3 of the way down. We don't need to measure this specifically. As long as it's roughly 1/3 and then 2/3 of the way down, we're good to go. And then we will attach these with pocket hole screws like this. So I'll speed through this part and then we'll get to the full assembly. There we go. We've made some sawdust with the drill, and now we have one 22-inch section with 2 holes on each side and then 2 holes spread out kind of in the middle. On the other board, we just have 2 holes on each side, and we're going to assemble this like this now. So what I'm going to do is take the pocket hole side, place it down on the table. Then, again, pocket holes facing out, place that right on top there. And all we do here is flip that around, and then line up the edges so they're matched up. Plop a pocket hole screw there and a pocket hole screw there. And again, we're just making sure that we're lined up on the edge here and lined up there, and drill down. Once you get one side in nice and tight, you can kind of come over and massage the other side exactly where it needs to be, and then drill that side in. And there we have it. The goal after this step is to have 6 pieces that are combined like that. Okay, so we've got all our uprights there in place. I'm going to start with the outer 4 corners and then attach the top, and then for these 2, we will actually fit the tub in and see exactly where we want those to be. Because the whole point of this area is to house the heater, chiller, pump, filtration system, and any electrical. So we want as much space in here as we can. So if we can cheat these over even 1/2 inch, that's going to change the game for this side of the project. So here we go. Now when these are going in, you'll want to, again, just kind of just go by feel for this. So make sure that outer edge is lining up there, and then your inner edge as best you can. If it's like this one where your outer edges are lining up perfectly, but this side kind of points in a little bit, see the outer edge is about perfect. This side has this little lip there. What I'm going to do is align this point first, and then I'll fix the rest later. So I'm gonna butt that up to the edge there, screw that in, and then I'll just use some leverage to line the rest of it up. Oh, actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna line this side up first. Line the corner and that side up first. I'll pop that in, and then I'll use leverage to move this side. There we go. That side, just kind of move that around so the corner is lined up. And now, starting with the outer one, I'm just going to kind of pull that as flat as I can. So the 4 outer corners are secure. These ones in the middle aren't yet. I'm gonna put the top on here. We'll fit the tub in and figure out exactly where to put these posts to give us the most room to house all the equipment needed for this. So there we have it. The tub is in. There's a little bit of wiggle room back and forth this way and this way, which is good. And if you'll notice, there's a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch gap here. We want that for the top of this unit. After figuring out exactly where I want these, it will basically be having this side of the upright match with this edge of that cross member. And then on the outside, we'll still be flush here. Onto the top, I am actually going to leave it set up like this and attach the outer 4 corners again, and then I'll come back and revisit and refine exactly where to put these middle uprights. So, speed through that yet again. So this is a point where I needed to use some leverage to get things to line up the way I wanted. So I put a screw in on that side, and then I actually bumped this over that far to get this edge to line up. So now I'm gonna jump to the opposite corner, and you'll see this is where we're sitting. So what I'm gonna do is use this, because this is the most leverage, because we're furthest away from that spot, and I'll hold that there, pop these in, and then I'll refine the other corners. With all of the corners assembled now, it's time to get these last uprights. And again, we wanna make sure it's flush with this side of this cross member, and then flush here as well. So just use, if you need somebody to help you with this step, go grab an extra hand, but you can kind of make it happen if you absolutely need to. At this point, your framing is nearly complete. There's a few finishing touches that we'll need to do, so stay tuned for part 3. If this video was helpful, please subscribe to the channel. You can follow me basically everywhere with the handle @DIY Cold Plunge. I've got plenty more to share, so make sure to do that and drop your email in the newsletter link below to stay tuned on all the updates.